It is the RIOT, a decent part of what is beginning to transpire both behind the mic and in front of the mic. It's not the same as the camera. It's all behind the mic. In the show and off the air is that Nikki and I are beginning to live our lives by the code of Kenny Rogers, the gambler.
Why? Now it's in my head and it won't stop. And you're so excited about it.
Oh, yeah. It's a song that's like 40 years old, and I don't even know where I've heard it. I don't know why I know the lines.
I only know it from Kenny Rogers is the guy that was the chicken thing on Seinfeld, wasn't it?
Yeah,
that's the only reason why I know it. But I don't know.
They don't sing the song in that episode.
They don't, but I just know Kenny Rogers from that.
At some point in your life,
I've heard it on a movie.
Your dad or your mom or some grandparent or whatever was probably walking around singing it like, hey, Kenny's telling you some truth here, son.
And what is it, The Gambler?
The Gambler. Oh, my gosh.
It might have been from you. I might have learned it from you.
I don't buy it because I don't know where I learned it from.
Well, just somehow it just comes out.
Though I will tell you, you guys don't really get this on the air because I don't do it, but when I'm not here at work, I'm constantly singing. I sing all the time, and I'm singing really weird old songs.
Random
stuff that I remember. I don't know. I get a memory for things that don't matter.
Bonus points. I'm not sure if both breaks make it into this podcast, but there's 2 times in the show this morning we talk about The Gambler.
I made sure that it went in there just so people would know about it. Yep. It doesn't roll. What's in the break doesn't matter. It's the beginning of the end for us because we start down a Kenny Rogers road.
And there's no turning back.
So stuff in the podcast, we do talk about that. We also talk G.I. Joe, Need for Speed.
G.I. Joe Snake Eyes.
National Dog Day, which is not yet, but it's coming. The Ohio State University.
Watch it now.
Godzilla?
No, a Godzilla guitar.
Sprite Winter Spice.
What is Winter Spice?
We don't. You'll see.
We're just letting them know.
And can I just tell you, if anybody gets all the Spice references, if you could just go ahead and drop us a line, that'd be great.
No, I'll say it.
I got
It's some stuff from Dune.
4 people.
Like The Gambler, I never heard about until you. So if you catch the Dune references in this show this morning, we're only the hottest references compared to everybody else.
I'm telling you, man. Like, I've thought about this.
Was Dune a movie or a TV show? Or both?
It's about to be a TV show.
Gotcha, okay.
It has been a movie. It's been 2 miniseries, and it's like originally 5 books, then the son is writing books now.
Is it space sand? Is it dunes as in like sand dunes?
It's not sand dunes.
It is? Okay.
Yeah, that's a thing.
That's a thing in there.
Yeah.
Okay.
The only thing I'll say is that I have thought this, and I still every once in a while think about it. And I don't even mean that this is not an insult and this is not like some depressed commentary. Would RadioU be better off without me? Like, would it be better if we found someone
who did not have these references?
Who was a little more, I don't even want to use the word current. I'm very current.
I don't know.
But I'm current in like the worst way possible.
It's just how it is.
Would we be better off with somebody that was a little more in touch? And the answer to that is probably yes.
But no, I think everybody nowadays, we're all in touch with random stuff.
I know.
Because what's old is new and popular because it's old. Like, it's very weird.
Yeah. The more obscure it is, I probably like it. And I don't even mean that in like that old hipster whatever way. I literally am just that way. So anyway, you guys enjoy the podcast.
If you can.
If you can't, that's okay too. At least thanks for trying to listen.
We appreciate those who enjoy listening and then pity listen as well. Every morning is going to be different.
A pity listen?
Yeah.
I'll take it.
Sometimes you just need a podcast to listen to, and we might, most days, be the one you want to listen to.
Oh, it is the RIOT.
Thanks for listening.
Thank you.
Bye.
The definition of insanity is putting the riot on again and again and expecting a better result. It's the worst of the riot on RadioU.
You would think that you've reached a point in your life, and I mean, by the time you're 12, that there would be certain things where you've seen everything. Like, you know what? I've seen it all.
Yeah.
Like, I've seen all they can throw at me, whatever. But I want you to know that the morning McDonald's drive-thru For as long as I have done this show, every time I think that I've seen everything, they manage to throw
Surprise
one more.
you.
Like, it's just one more thing, and I'm just like, you know what? What a testament to the variety of life.
Amen.
That's still after all these years,
McDonald's can do that.
I can see something that I haven't seen before.
Isn't that an honor? Aren't you glad?
I was just like, yeah, this is great. This is great.
I don't know if McDonald's, I don't know if they have people that do quality control during daytime hours, but you've seen things and we've heard about things that you would think would close a restaurant during the overnight hours.
Yeah.
It's like, why stay out? But why even be open?
So this morning, granted, this is not like the craziest thing ever, but I am at the little window and I'm like, all right, I've got time. Like, I do have time to do this. So I'm not at the window. I'm at the blazingly bright, unbelievably like shiny white in your face order board. I've got those new LED smart order boards. You're driving in the dark, and when you pull up to that thing, it's just like, all right, I'm blind. It's cool. Put your sunglasses on. So I ordered, and I pull around, and as I'm pulling around, I hear, and I'm not making this up, I heard squeaking tires, and I was like, what? And somebody slides in front of me in the drive-through line. And I was like, they didn't order.
What are they going to do here?
They didn't order. What are they going to do?
Did they have a wrong order or something?
They did. But I didn't know that. And this is the first time this happened. I've never had anybody just pull in front of me in the drive-through line. And I thought, well, I've got 3 minutes and we'll see how this goes. So at the 3-minute mark, that person got up there and maybe they handed it, but I swear to you, it looked like they just threw it in the window.
Could be.
I was just
Could be.
Like,
yeah, that's a possibility.
Man, that's something. And then I thought, well, I'm going to be here forever. And I was ready to pull off. And I don't know what they did, but they fixed it.
So you finally got your food?
Yeah, they did. But, the pull in, that can't go anywhere good. And there's just part of me that's like, hey, I'm in line here.
Well, maybe they should go in. Or
you already got your mistake. I'm waiting on my mistake. This is my turn to get my wrong order.
Oh, so you got your food or did you leave?
Yeah, I got it.
Aw.
And that was the second disappointment of the morning. But you know what? We don't have to talk about that.
But they at least fulfilled their promise and gave you the food.
Yeah. And hey, listen, you might be thinking to yourself, you have like today, you know how it's going to go. You know what Thursdays look like. Life has plenty of room to surprise you. Don't you worry.
Is it healthy eating so many snacks, chips, and Oreos every single morning? No, of course not. But they do it for you.
Too many guys got the stomach for this line of work.
That's real love. It's The Riot on RadioU.
Did anybody else roll over last night and wonder whatever happened to that G.I. Joe movie series?
Oh, yeah. What about that?
Remember that? It was like they had G.I. Joe, whatever, and it had Magic Mike in it, the stripper guy.
Channing Tatum.
Yep, it had him in it and a bunch of other people. Then they made a second G.I. Joe movie with The Rock.
Yes.
And Bruce Willis and some other people. Channing Tatum, they killed off in the first 3 minutes because he hates G.I. Joe.
Possibly. No one knew why.
Instead, he was like, I'd rather be a stripper in that movie. You were Duke.
I think that, I don't remember which movie came first, but I think the one made way more money than the G.I. Joe one.
Oh, I'm sure that's true because the production cost was $2. All right.
Compared to.
You get up there in front of the camera and take your shirt off. Good. And with G.I. Joe, they were like, we need some...
No, they probably had him still take his shirt off.
Well, yeah.
In some way.
That's in his contract.
Yeah, some shape or form.
So apparently, we're not the only ones that are like, hey, whatever happened to G.I. Joe? Paramount has announced that they are doing a G.I. Joe spinoff film, Snake Eyes.
And what will this be?
Well, it's...
Was Snake Eyes G.I. Joe or the bad ones?
No, okay. Cobra is the bad guys. G.I. Joe's the good guys. And Snake Eyes... was
in between?
Well, he's a Joe.
Okay, so he's a good character.
He's a good guy. Yeah, he's like the G.I. Joe ninja. So
I didn't know if it was a Venom thing where he was like good but bad. No one knows.
Well, we don't know. He doesn't talk.
Oh, okay.
And he wears a mask, so nobody knows who the heck he is.
It's great. You don't have any lines to learn.
No lines to learn.
You need to be in that role.
Yeah. So, but I assume it's going to be some kind of backstory or something because Henry Golding has been cast as Snake Eyes, and he was in A Simple Favor, Crazy Rich Asians, and apparently he's going to be in Last Christmas with Emilia Clarke, which is due out later this year. Did you watch the trailer for that yesterday?
I did.
Okay, did you see what everybody's saying about it?
I didn't know. I just watched it. I was like, oh, I just watched the trailer, but I have to go back and watch it through it.
Everybody's saying that like they think it has a big twist, and some people think that he's dead.
Yeah, I see. They think that he's a ghost in it.
Yeah, that he's the ghost of, like, that she gets a transplant, and he's the ghost of that person.
Well, now it's even sadder.
But, Nikki, they're always together.
Yeah, that's true. Aww.
So, yeah. And remember, like I'm looking more through the Snake Eyes thing, he's the brother of Storm Shadow, who is the ninja at Cobra, the bad guys.
He really won't have any dialogue? Like Snake Eyes really doesn't talk? Or maybe they'll change something around with it?
No, what I think it'll be is, I think it'll be like an origin story, and then eventually maybe he puts on the mask. I don't know. Or they'll just change everything. Because if you saw the first G.I. Joe movie, they were just changing all kinds of things.
By the second time.
That is not a good movie. It's not. The second one I thought was...
They put more effort into it, but it was still lacking a bit.
Was it? I do not remember it. And I was thinking last night, I bought that 2 years ago for $3 during a family video clearance sale. Maybe we could get together and, go back over and watch it.
Oh, yeah, we could watch it.
Like you and me, Nikki.
Uh-huh.
Want to?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
So this afternoon or? Okay.
Maybe someday soon. Put it down for that.
If it's louder than it has to be and way worse than it has any right to be, it must be the worst of the riot. On RadioU.
Had to unfollow somebody on social media today.
Did you?
Yeah. And you're like, why? See, I've got this new thing where if... Okay, I'm being too honest. But if I see somebody doing something on social media and I think poorly of them...
Yeah. What they're doing or just...
Whatever. Like in some way, it sparks a really negative reaction out of me. I unfollow them. Because here's what I think. I don't want to think bad things about them. I'm doing that. I would have never thought these bad things if I hadn't encountered that. So I'll just...
remove it.
I'm just going to unfollow them. And if that's sticking your head in the sand, then come on over to the sandbox. There's room for all of us. Right? It's fine. Whatever.
Let me scoot my head over so you can fit your head in.
But I feel like this in particular was really good for you and I to discuss, Nikki, because this person, no gender, because we wouldn't want to drop any clues, is now proclaiming themselves a life coach.
Uh-oh.
And they're talking about, all these amazing things they've been able to do in the last couple of weeks, life coaching people.
Uh-huh.
And I'm looking at them going, look, if you're a life coach, then the whole industry is suspect because all I need to do is take one step past the facade and get into your life. No. You're not in a space to coach anybody about life.
At this moment, sure.
Yeah, you should be getting some life coaching right now.
But that's one of those sticky things where online you can make it appear like...
Right.
You can do that. And I feel like there's not enough, you have to show proof, or really you should. Like, did you take classes for it, or what did you get?
Are you certified?
Yeah, like certified. That's the word. Like, how do you get into that?
And what makes anyone a certified life coach? Somebody that sits down and prints out a piece of paper?
Probably.
That's all it is. There's no established, we've got an agreed upon standard. Like when you get a degree from an institution, there are a couple of agreed upon things. One, like a certain level of education. Two, a certain level of debt they've buried you in. And then everyone agrees, oh, yeah, you get this degree. But now you get this, you're a certified life coach.
If you want to do that, that's great. But my fear is always, if you follow them, everything they post about from this point on will just be in direct relation to trying to get you to use their services for it. So it's like, why bother continuing that relationship?
The other thing that kind of kills me about it, and again, maybe being too transparent, they've got a spouse that has an unbelievably lucrative job. And so they're able to make almost no money as a life coach and talk about how successful they are because they don't have to make any money at it.
Sure, they don't need to. So you unfollowed, I take it.
I'm looking at the whole thing just like, Oh, I just love to say all these things.
Don't look at it.
Unfollow, Nikki.
That's why you needed to.
Unfollow. I'm a very successful blank. I don't have to make any money at it or have any clients, but it's working.
They have to start somewhere, so that's how they're starting off. Until they're faking it, until they make it as a life coach.
Yeah. Well, you know what? Nikki and I are doing that on the radio, and we're still at it. So there's something to that advice. There's some life coach advice for you.
Never unfollow, though.
You mean not us?
That's just not listening to us. That's how that goes.
Unfortunately, I know people like that.
No.
Are people really still listening to the Riot? You don't have work to do or laundry to fold or literally anything else to do? The Riot, Radio U.
So the entire time we've been here this morning, I keep thinking to myself that either someone has come in here and sprayed some Febreze, or maybe it's my shirt, because I keep smelling, it just smells like, those dryer sheets that you throw in with your clothes and stuff like that. I was like, man, it's so strong. Like, where is that smell coming from?
Is it? That's the best. Don't take it out. Let's take a picture of it. He has a dryer sheet stuck in his arm on his sleeve. Oh, my gosh. Because I was like, I don't smell any of that. Where's that coming from? Well, looky there.
It's in my shirt.
Does it make you feel better that it's real? You weren't just imagining what that smell was?
Well, I'm not sure. And I can't decide if having a dryer sheet sticking out of your shirt, is that like toilet paper stuck to your shoe?
Oh, no.
Should I feel bad about it? I'll have to say this. It smells wonderful.
That's it.
It is just such a fresh, glorious smell.
Good for you for smelling it, too, because sometimes with your nose, you might not always get it.
And I just get, every once in a while, I'll get a whiff of it, and it's like, man, that's nice.
Because you're moving your arm.
That's right. And so, it is a really good smell. I think I'm going to wipe it all over this microphone.
Maybe you need to, back in the day, way, way, way long ago, didn't they used to carry a little, a fainting cloth or something to kind of revive if the smells were too bad?
Sure.
So you could always just carry around.
Just have a dryer sheet.
I just have a dryer sheet tucked in your pocket or something.
You could make a little, a scarf out of it.
The kerchief or whatever. Yeah, in the pocket in the front.
Yeah. Smells great.
I just think it's great.
It really does.
What is that smell? And you're like, oh, I have one on me.
Yeah, it's just sticking out of my arm.
Looks nice.
It's fine.
Looks like, you're just trying a new look with some sort of lacy thing with a sleeve.
That's totally where I'm at.
They even make morning people want to reach for the snooze button. It's the worst of the Riot on Radio U.
Nikki, are you familiar with the tale of Dorothy?
Dorothy?
This was trending yesterday afternoon, last night. Dorothy is 15 years old. Mm-hmm. She's from Kentucky, and her mom took her phone away.
Oh, I know this one, yeah. It's very clever.
She tweeted that, this is such a great tweet, I'm leaving forever. My mom took my phone. I'll miss you all. I'm crying. Goodbye.
Did she get one final tweet, or how did she post that?
I guess. But this was just the beginning of what was going on, because she was desperate to get back to Twitter. So she started using her Nintendo DS, because apparently there's a Twitter app on there somewhere. So she was using that. Her mom discovered that, so took her DS away. So she moved on to her Nintendo Wii, which what she was able to do is...
She's trying all her old console stuff.
You can't just tweet from the Wii, but she found games that would allow you to share screenshots to Twitter. So she would type things in and share the screenshot.
Oh, my gosh.
Finally,
this might fall under an addiction.
Her mom found out about that, and she figured out a way to use the browser on her LG smart fridge, and she was able to dictate tweets to the browser and have them posted that way.
Twitter needs to run with this one. I don't know anyone who is so desperate to still be on Twitter as much as this girl is.
Hashtag free Dorothy.
So is she still off of it? Like her mom caught on to that?
Well, at some point her mom, and the thing is I haven't put them all in, what do you call it, chronologically, so I don't know. But I do know that at one point her mom said that we see someone that says, I seen that Dorothy has been using Twitter on Nintendo. This account will be shut down now.
All her mom has to do is follow her then. She'll be able to see every time she posts.
Well, that's what I thought. I was like, the very fact that you're pushing to tweet so hard it's going to be really easy to find out when you're using it when you're not supposed to.
You're like, well, maybe her account is private. Not if she's using Twitter so much. She wouldn't get feedback and stuff if everything was private. So I doubt that.
I do not know if this is going to tweet, I'm talking to my fridge. What the heck? My mom confiscated all my electronics again.
Aw. Well, was she getting them taken away because she was tweeting too much?
I don't know the answer to that.
I just want to know, because she had that all taken away, is it in direct relation to how she was using social media? Or did she do something else?
It seems like her mom was concerned by how much that she was using social media, though we do not know how much she...
Well, we're getting a good feeling about it.
Thing that happened. So
when you start using your fridge to send out tweets because it's been so long and you're desperate...
I mean,
that's not a great sign.
I guess there's that, but the flip side to it is, okay, if you're 15 and you don't have a job and maybe you live where you've got, maybe you don't have any friends in the neighborhood or whatever, and you're like, you have nothing.
And that is your connection to your friends.
I can see where after a while you'd be like, you know what, all right, we got a smart fridge. Maybe I'm going to go over there. You got nothing else to do.
And you've got time to figure out how to get around what you've been punished with.
And it just goes to show you that if you care enough, you can accomplish almost anything. I'll get a tweet out. I'll make it happen.
And it also shows that, hey, some people are using those fridges features.
That's right.
Every time you see the commercials, you're like, I don't think anybody's going to do that. Maybe they are.
Somebody is.
You're listening to a morning show hosted by two people who absolutely despise getting up in the morning.
Will you give me a break one time?
The Riot, RadioU.
Nikki and I have been in the studio just really enjoying ourselves watching the Need for Speed Heat trailer.
For the upcoming game.
Mm-hmm. And to quote her, is this a movie or is this a game?
Well, I wasn't sure. I just saw that it was trending, but I did not watch it.
I watched the trailer. I mean, let's be clear. It's really well done. It's slick and well produced and edited.
So is Need for Speed the one that Aaron Paul did, though that was that movie years ago?
It was. Now, that was a movie that was based on a video game. But it was a video game that they were always taking what looked like the plots of movies. Basically, they've been chasing the Fast and the Furious films for like the last 5 or 6 games.
Gotcha.
They just keep trying to make it look like this is a Fast and Furious game. But I don't know. Like I said, the trailer looks good, but you don't really see what's going to happen in the game. So a lot of times what you've got is it's street racing of some kind, and then there's some kind of a plot around it. But then people began to realize that the plot for street racing is the same every time. Where you're like, you're going to become the best street racer, and we're not going to let the cops know. So at some point you get chased by the cops.
So it seems to write itself.
And then sometimes you are a cop who's pretending to be a street racer, but you're still a cop. But then you're also loyal to the people that you've begun street racing with. Does this sound familiar to anybody?
Sounds like a lot of the Fast and Furious movies.
Mm-hmm. So I have played some Need for Speed games that are spectacular and some that aren't. So I'll be curious to see if this is a aren't or a are.
And when is it coming out?
Well, that's the thing that's kind of crazy is they haven't said jack squat about this game, and it's going to be out November 8th. Like, this is the first time I've seen anything about it. And we're 2 months out from it. Or 3 months out from it.
They would give you information, be like, well, it'll be out next year sometime.
Yeah,
before the following Christmas, not even this one.
So that's not the case. They're saying that it's happening. A lot of people thought that this would be a game that was going to be in the 80s, but it's modern and it's
set
racing.
In modern time, you mean?
Yeah. I'm game. I love racing. The only problem is the guys over at Forza have I feel like completely nailed it down. Like they have made, to me, the best open world racing game ever. And so
it's hard to beat that.
Man, it really is. Like, I think that chasing Forza Horizon 4 is going to be a really, really hard thing to do. But you know what, Nikki? I wish them the best.
You like to have some competition with it. I mean, more racing games, more the merrier.
So November 8th, PC, Xbox, and PlayStation 4. And that's good because if you're on PlayStation 4, man, you can't get a good racing game to save your life. Sorry, it's just true, okay? Like, it's rough over there.
Wow, not only are you already awake, but you're listening to The Riot? Your day is off to a pretty rough start. The Riot on RadioU.
Just a small yawn.
I was trying to keep it in.
It
and
is
then
the riot.
something happened.
Hey, everybody here's family. They expect if you're going to yawn, just yawn.
Just go for it.
Let them hear it.
Nikki, have you started making plans for August 26th yet?
What's August 26th? What's
Oh, you
coming
don't
up?
know?
I do not know.
You know, as somebody that runs a very successful dog Instagram page,
Is something...
how is it that now all of a sudden you're like, oh, I don't know anything about that? You better get ready, Nikki.
What am I getting
you
ready for?
You better get ready for National Dog Day.
Oh, really? Well, I got a lot to choose from.
Well, I'll tell you what, Puff Tarts, Puffin Tarts.
Cinnamon and sugar. Wait, what is it? Cinnamon sugar Puff Tarts.
Okay. That is Nikki's Instagram empire that she's building right now.
Slowly but surely.
On the backs of two dogs that she has trafficked.
No, it's not. My two puppies.
Two animals were forced. Oh, gosh.
Don't even joke. Don't even. And then, of course, I have Rolo as well, my 2-year-old puppy.
Two animals were forced to breed, their children ripped away from them, sold to the highest bidder, who now makes money taking photos of them.
I don't. I just like to share photos.
Not yet.
Not yet. You're right. If it ever takes off, then...
To quote Eric, pretty soon we'll have to figure out how to pose them with a cup of diet tea for those big sponsored
belly bloat tea.
hashtag ads. It's happening.
Anyways.
So, Nikki, you could do, this gives you material. You could do a whole countdown to Dog Day.
Yeah, I didn't know that it was coming up.
Or National Dog Day. It could turn into a hey, we're going to take them all these places to celebrate National Dog Day. So here's a photo of them with little party hats on. I
can reuse those when it's their birthday next year.
Totally
so I'm investing.
Totally can.
And that's August 26th?
August 26th. So, let's see. Oh, my gosh. I got a list of stuff here that you could do.
Can I take my puppies places for free stuff?
The Kimpton Hotel Monaco Denver is offering an in-room puppy palooza.
Oh.
You go in there and they bring puppies to you to play. So they could get,
nice.
What if they could get friends?
That's a really cute idea.
All right. In Brooklyn, there will be a 10% off on all rooms August 23rd through the 26th at
What's
the
with
William
the hotel
Vale.
stuff? Is there anything that's not a hotel?
Why, as a matter of fact, there is. In Columbus, Ohio, the Brewdog Brewery has a day full of pet-friendly fun, including free craft beer for dogs and free cupcakes for the first 100 dogs to arrive.
I can't get them hooked on dog beer or dog cupcakes, so we're probably going to pass on that.
So you're not going to do that one? Let's see. At the Alexandrian, it's an Old Town neighborhood in Alexandria, Virginia. They're having a Dog Day event in which they're having a Smooch-a-Pooch kissing booth.
Cute.
And while you're there, you can get yourself a rescue animal.
Oh, see, that's good.
So there are a lot of things in a lot of different places, Nikki. So I feel like you need to go ahead and load up the RV and get cinnamon and sugar and get ready to go.
Get everybody all set to go out to get some content for their Instagram page.
That's exactly right.
And to get some free stuff.
Yeah, and if you do it right, in reality, that's at least 2 weeks worth of content. You got to do a ton of pictures. And speaking of which, do you do a picture a day or?
Usually for them, yeah, they get about a picture a day.
Okay.
I do more on that than I do on my personal one. Isn't that a shame?
You know what, Nikki? They make the world seem brand new.
They do. People like it.
Okay, so cinnamon
sugar Pup Tarts.
You can find that on
PUPTARTS
Instagram. And if you carefully place all the photos together, you'll be able to create an interior map of Nikki's house.
I know, right? I do sometimes watch that. I'm like, don't want to show that.
Oh, look. I've learned all kinds of things about Nikki's life.
I know where to find her. I know what each room is.
I zoomed in on the calendar in the background of one of those shots. I know what's for dinner tonight. Neon Feather,
Don't do that, guys, okay?
You should do it.
Don't.
Send Nikki an interactive walking video file of her house based on the photos.
It was bad enough the first time around, but now it's worse. Don't believe us? Just keep listening. You'll find out soon enough. This is the Worst of the Riot podcast.
I have obvious proof that Colorado is being punished by the heavens, probably for something they did, but I can't confirm that.
Well, what's going on?
The Colorado Climate Center has announced that in Colorado, they now have broken a record for largest hailstone.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, if you've ever seen video of, I've never been in hail, like places, some of the places that they've gotten, but
yes.
It'll destroy your car.
I have been in hailstorms before, but never something of this caliber.
It must be scary.
4.83 inches in diameter. That is, they have a picture of it next to a softball. It is technically larger
Than a softball?
At least from one angle. Like, it's not a perfect circle. So, arguments could be made.
Maybe we can all just settle on the fact that it's too big. It's huge.
Well, when people say softball size hail, you know me, I don't believe anybody anything. So I'm like, I'm sure it's just as big as a softball. That's just something you say because, you were blown away by it. You felt like it was as big as a softball.
But in this case, for Colorado, it was.
No, it really, really was. They say hail season in Colorado is from April.
They have a season?
They have a season.
Well, I didn't know that.
From April to September.
It's a large season.
That's the year, guys.
Yeah, that's a pretty long time. And then they're like, that's when, the snow season starts on the other side. You either get hail or snow.
So it's enormous. There was the big hailstorm yesterday. They had a car dealership just north of Denver. They reported over 300 damaged cars. And if you look at the photos of the cars, oh, yeah.
They're gone.
Well, I mean, they're not gone. If you needed a car to drive, they would be fine because it's just exterior damage, but they have tiny little dents all over them.
So anybody in Colorado, do you have to have special, is that more in your car insurance than in other areas?
I don't know. The other thing is, can I get a...
Do they have a hail sale?
You got...
The car dealership?
A sale straight from hail.
Yes, they should do that.
right here in
Don't you see it?
Right here in downtown Vail.
Oh my gosh. Hail, Vail.
Let me tell you what.
Sale.
I'm moving to Colorado and I'm going to open a PR consulting firm.
Please do, because that just really goes well. I mean, it's scary while you're going through it, but if you need to sell the cars, you're right. There's nothing wrong with them, just cosmetic.
Hail really has frozen over.
Yes.
There's an angle. I've got it.
You can totally do that.
We're going to take care of it. Don't you worry about it. But yeah, that's nuts. Getting a look at it. But dude, again, scratch and dent. Let's talk about it. I'll get a new car there.
Well, I'm sure they have plenty of body shops that'll fix it.
I'm sure they do.
That must be frustrating if you're at a car dealership and you just see all of that hail come down.
Well,
you just know that's a problem.
Have you ever been in your car while it starts hailing?
No, never.
Oh, gosh.
Never damage size.
It's that feeling of I have to get under something right now,
but I don't have anywhere to go.
There's nowhere to go.
I don't know what to do.
Yeah.
Aww.
Yep. Been there, done that. Though I've never really had, not this sort of significant hail damage. So Colorado, I don't know what you did, but knock it off.
So hail season is April to November. That's a long stretch of time.
No big deal. It's just hail season, or as we call it, the year.
Maybe the riot would sound better if they spent less time improving their lives at their gym. That was sarcasm. It's the Riot on RadioU.
So the big news yesterday in the great state of Ohio, and man, everybody is talking about it and making fun of it. And I get it. You know what? People don't like the Buckeyes because they're the last good and pure football team in the world.
Is that it?
That's what it is.
That's what you're saying?
Unmarked by scandal, loved by good, hated by evil.
All right, we'll go with that.
The Ohio State University remains pure in all aspects. And they would now like to trademark the word "the." Now, let's be clear about something. They don't want to own the word "the" every time that it gets used. But here's what they would like to do. They would like to get a trademark on it. So, for example, if someone, and this was one of their examples, if you had a big hat and you put the word "the" on it.
With Ohio State underneath it, like around it, or just
not even that. Just like the word, if you had the word "the" and it was obviously meant to make money on the fact that it's an Ohio State hat, They want to make the word "the" part of their name. So the Ohio State University, the is not just an article that floats in front of it. They want to own that as part of their branding and their name. They want that. So they could make sure they get money when someone puts "the" on a hat.
It makes sense. I mean, if that's what they're seeing as a trend with merchandise with people who are not following the rules of the trademark and stuff. So
the other thing is, every time people insist on calling it the Ohio State University, I do, as a Buckeye fan, roll my eyes just a little bit.
Sure. They put an emphasis on it.
Like, okay.
We did an event once with the Ohio State University.
Yes.
And I remember the amount of rules that the had to follow when it came to the items of the Ohio State University, like the Buckeyes and, all the logos and stuff. There's a lot of rules when it comes to what they have trademarked.
And you may think to yourself that this is because of their great love for what they do and protecting the integrity of their brand and the university and all this kind of stuff. But it really only revolves around...
Oh, can I say it? The money. Is that it?
It's just about money.
The Ohio State money.
The idea that somebody somewhere might be making $1 off of the word "the" that they're not seeing a part of.
They just can't. Because people with merchandising were probably like, well, we don't want to put Ohio State stuff on it. Or this could be for other teams in the future if they adopt that sort of thing. So they were like, well, we're not putting Buckeye stuff on it, but we're putting the or the.
You can't own the word "the"?
And now you're having trouble with that.
They're like, yeah, we can. We can do this. And so, man, I'll tell you, a lot of people talking about it today, but I just go back to the fact, Nikki, that a lot of people are talking about it because Ohio State is the only football team left in the world that represents good. All right? Everybody else is evil.
Right.
So that's just the way it is.
And he doesn't want to hear you tell him any other way.
Do you root for Bama? That's the Prince of Darkness's favorite team. Okay? It is. All right. Do you root for Clemson? All right. That is, in fact, Cthulhu's favorite team.
Really?
Yeah.
Really? That's what we're saying.
There's one good team left to root for.
The only one.
That's why you see ESPN always dragging their name through the mud while the SEC can do no wrong. It's fine. It's fine.
All right, well, now that we understand your feelings on all this.
You should spend time with my family on a Saturday sometime.
During football season?
Yeah. You got like a Woody Hayes candle that they burn and say a little prayer to while the incense wafts into the air in front of the TV. Oh, it's not a religion. I don't know what it is.
It's just
but
football.
They got it.
Yeah.
You were one of the lucky few who missed the riot when they were live. Yet here you are.
I also like to live dangerously.
This is the Worst of the Riot podcast.
So it hasn't happened yet. But, Nikki, I've been told I'm going to get a new computer.
You are? So excited for you.
That's what I've heard. Me too. Mostly because I spend, I would say, 30 to 40% of my day playing with a beach ball.
And you're like, oh, how fun. Not that one.
No,
it's the spinning beach ball.
The Mac has a beach ball that it will spin for you when something's not right.
Hashtag summer fun, okay?
Okay.
Can you have a good attitude about it?
Is this,
At least
am I
you
having
have
a bad,
beach ball?
Am I having a bad attitude?
No, but I just want you to just remember that you can have a better attitude with it.
Well, I mean, Nikki, that's probably true all the time.
So you are up for a new one. You've had that for like 8 years, right? Or it feels like 8 years?
Well, I thought it was 8 years, but I did some double checking and it's 6.5.
Close enough.
So it hasn't been.
It's practically 8.
I feel a little more whiny now that I know it hasn't been 8 years. But yeah, I'm kind of excited about that.
But with most laptops, you got to know when to fold them. Like
when to hold them.
You got to know when to hold them, and then you got to know when the time is to get out.
You got to know when the dealing's done.
When you can actually get some money out of it, because if you wait too long, you'll get nothing.
You got to count your money.
Yes, thank you for that. So you just want to be aware, and your time, it's causing you more problems than it is helping you.
Let's get it today. I don't know if we can, but that'd be awesome.
Come on, Chris. Are you listening?
That'd be awesome.
Well, it'll be
You know
good.
what? And I'll tell you this right now. When I tell you about the next item that Nikki and I are going to be talking about, you'll be like, man, like that's, laptops are cheap compared to that. It's a deal. Really?
We'll be thankful.
So, yeah.
The only morning show brave enough to say that Chicken McNuggets are part of a balanced breakfast. The Riot on RadioU.
I feel like we need to take the show to the next level.
What do we need to do that?
Well, I'll tell you, it's a Godzilla guitar that I'm looking at here. And it is a nice one.
Is it pretty?
Only $52,000.
What makes it a Godzilla? Like, since I can't see it,
I just
can
sent
you
it to you. I
describe
want
it?
you to look at it and see if you can describe it to me.
On why it should be so much money? Whoa! That's a beauty.
Clark.
That is something.
That's right. Here, this is an Alfie limited edition. There's only 5 of them. Comes with
Why are there even 5?
Free shipping.
Free shipping.
Free shipping. It's 5.5 million yen, which is 52,000 or so American dollars. So it'll have an alder body, a 3-piece hard maple neck, an ebony 24-fret fingerboard, purple LEDs.
None of that means anything.
A Floyd Rose bridge, go-to tuners, and a single EMG 85 pickup.
So this has been designed by a guy from a Japanese rock band called the Alfie. And he is the designer of it.
Well, there you
Very
go, Nikki.
limited edition Godzilla guitar.
Oh, yeah, it is.
As a Godzilla fan, what do you think about this? Does this need to be a Godzilla fan and a successful guitarist? Like, you have to be both of those to want this?
I don't feel like you can play that guitar. Like, it looks too hard to play, and maybe not. Like, maybe it's amazing.
No, it looks like a showpiece. Like, you would put this.
Exactly.
Put this.
You put it in your living room.
Yeah, of your very big house. Because you have to be successful to pay for this.
Yeah, because it shows to everybody, hey, I have $52,000 to throw away on this guitar.
Not even if we could even have that much money, but you'd have that as extra.
You have to have that, like, right now, I have this little Batman thing that I found for $10 at a garage sale that I have sitting out. And that's a reflection of my income level. I had $10 to throw away on this Batman.
We're on different levels, different playing fields.
Yes, and so this guy has $52,000 to throw away on a
now,
Godzilla
Ryan
guitar.
will send you, he texted us, he wants the link to the guitar. We'll send it to you, but just be aware it's over $52,000, so don't fall in love with it.
Well, I mean, no, Nikki, we don't know Ryan. For all we know, Ryan is a very wealthy entrepreneur that is looking for somewhere to put his money.
That could be it.
Somewhere that it will appreciate with time. So, I mean, Godzilla guitars, right? There's only 5 of them.
We got to get one now.
So, move while there's time.
It is impressive if you are a Godzilla fan.
Yeah, but for the 3 of us in the room, that's something. That is something.
So that's a pass. It's nice when you can say no to something. Like, I'm not tempted by that at all.
You know what? You're right, Nikki. It shows a lot of moral character and strength.
Uh-huh.
The Riot really wanted to do this live, but now they can play video games and eat rice cakes instead. This is the worst of the Riot podcast.
Nikki, when are you ready to turn the corner to fall?
It's
still summer, even though I see a lot of people going back to school.
I know, but temperature-wise, we're not there yet.
We don't feel it yet.
But I really can't wait.
As high school graduates, and we're very proud of our educations, we can, in fact, brag about not going back to school. Instead, we can work all year long so that the seasons don't really affect us at all.
It doesn't matter, right?
So you're not ready to have that feeling inside yet?
No, but I look so longingly at that side of my closet. You know, the tights and the hoodies and the still sandals or slides, whatever you want, but I just don't want the heat anymore.
I hear you. I feel you. Mm-hmm. We are together.
So fall is coming. It's just not yet.
It is coming. And the good people at Coca-Cola, they know that fall is coming.
They want to give you a couple of new drinks for this fall and maybe into winter season.
Let's talk about cinnamon Coke.
Which I feel like we've had before. Or was that the cinnamon? Yeah, we made... No. What did we do? What was the coffee thing where we made it our own?
Oh, we brought Hudson in, and Hudson brewed us Coca-Cola coffee, where we actually brewed coffee, but instead of using water, we used Coke.
Coke instead.
So we made our own Coke coffee.
That was the closest before that came out that we thought we could do to make it. So, all right, cinnamon Coke is a thing, though.
Oh, Nikki, it is absolutely a thing. So they are launching September 30th. They say it's a mix between citrus and brown spice, and it will be available through the end of the year.
Ooh.
Did you know September 30th is the first day of our fall fundraiser?
Oh, I didn't know this.
So we could come in and we could celebrate the fundraiser with some cinnamon Coke.
We could do that.
Cheers!
Yay!
That's not the only thing, though. They say that they're also going to be launching winter spiced cranberry Sprite.
So Sprite has had a cranberry flavor before. What's the winter spice part?
Oh, it's winter spice.
Well, no, what's the flavor?
Gathered around. Don't question it.
I want to know what the flavor is.
It tastes like winter.
Yeah, but
spice.
What do they say? Is it cinnamon and cranberry? Is it sugar cookie and cranberry? Like, what is it?
Well, it says winter spiced cranberry.
I don't know what that means.
It doesn't mean anything.
You can't just add something to a cranberry and it has to be a flavor.
Okay. No, here's what you do. Since winter spice isn't a thing, they can call anything they want winter spice.
Yeah, but they already have a cranberry flavor. So what's with the cranberry to make it winter spice?
I believe it comes from the dunes of Arrakis. That could be it.
I'm
sure that's what it is. Let's see. I'm looking. For a limited time, we're excited to announce Coca-Cola. All right, they're doing a 0 cinnamon. Where's it at? Winter spice. That's all I got. Cinnamon Coke. This is all cinnamon Coke stuff. It's winter spice. That's all it is.
Okay, thank you.
Winter spice Sprite.
The cranberry Sprite.
I typed in Sprint. It's not. I'll just tell you, it's not the same.
It's not going to pull anything up.
I think they're saying that cinnamon is the winter spice, Nikki.
Oh, so that'll cross over into the Sprite flavor too?
Yeah, there's no. I want you to know in this article. I'm now on my, let me read you what People magazine says. There's not much information on winter spiced cranberry.
So don't keep looking. You're not going to find anything yet.
That is what it says. So I'm not an idiot.
And you're not just not reading it.
The people at People can't even get it right. And that's their business.
So Cinnamon Coke will be out September 30th. And then later will be the Winter Spice Cranberry Sprite. No more details on that one, though. We'll have to wait and find out.
The only thing else I see here is he who controls the spice controls the universe.
Is that it? You'll rule the world?
I am a messenger from Muad'Dib. I can do spice all day long, Nikki.
And
how much Dune time do you have?
No one understands Dune references.
I know, they don't. It's a shame, right?
The Riot is to your ears what all those energy drinks are to your liver.
For the love of God, please stop! I can only process so much.
The Riot, RadioU.
The social sciences at times can be hard to measure. They kind of have to measure trends because, for example, if Nikki and I we're trying to quantify how much we were enjoying something, and I would be like, I'm enjoying it an 8. And Nikki would say, well, I'm enjoying it a 5. But then it would be like, okay, is my 8 and her 5 the same? Mm-hmm. Or am I incapable of joy? And so my 8 is so much lower than her 5 because her 10 is so enormously huge that I could never live up to it. Like her 1 is my 10. So you see what I'm saying?
Everybody's different, so that's a hard way to gauge something.
It becomes hard to quantify. And so it's all very subjective. And yet, when you look at trends, you begin to see like certain things emerge. Study at Greenwich University. Now, keep in mind their sample size is 24 people.
Why bother with 24 people?
Okay, but
it'll give you something, but it just seems like such a small sample size.
You're right. 24 people between, I believe, the ages of 18 and 23. Here's what they found. They sent them on vacation. First off, get me in the study.
No wonder it was so small.
And so these 24 volunteers, half of them had their phones taken.
Yeah.
And half of them got to keep their phones.
During the vacation?
Uh-huh. Here's what they found. The people without their phones for the first day or two showed signs of withdrawal. They were desperate for their phones, et cetera, et cetera. But by the time the vacation was over, they were reporting higher enjoyment and higher satisfaction levels without their phone
than the people
who kept their phone, who basically their satisfaction hit a point and just stayed steady. But the people without their phone saw their enjoyment going up, up, up without the phone.
That's not a fair study to do, though, because how often are we going to...
people, too?
Well, no, how often are we going to be on vacation? The vacation is the buffer part of that. It helps it, where if you do that same study but keep it as you're just going to work, did people have any increase in enjoyment when their phone was taken away after a few days of work? Or did it say the same?
Now
we're
just talking about vacation.
No, I just want to talk about real life, not vacation.
Their point was a digital detax is probably good for you.
But only when you're on vacation, because you have other stuff to fill in the void.
I'll tell you, sounds like they need a vacation.
Is that it? I do. I do need a vacation, but you get what I mean.
I do.
That's an unfair time to do this study.
Well, I think that it does point to taking a break from your phone could lead to you enjoying your vacation more, which may make coming back to work either an unbelievable nightmare or it would be easier to transition back because...
That's a good question, too.
You've gotten better rest and recreation while you were gone. I do think it's different for some people. I am starting to just come to terms with the fact that I don't do well with social media. I think some people are able to engage on social media and it doesn't bother them, it doesn't affect them, whatever. I have a tendency to be really strongly affected by what I see online and all of this kind of stuff because I'm a sensitive guy.
So it's better for you to take that break.
Oh, I need it. And even last night, I posted something yesterday online, and as the comments were coming in, I don't mind a detractor, but they started getting ugly. So I'm like, okay, I'm going to hide this comment. And pretty soon I'm moderating my comment section. And I was like, you know what? I deleted it and then no more for the rest of the day.
Sure.
I was like, I have to have a break because I can't stand this. And so, again, I'm different. Maybe, I know there are people like me, but then maybe you're somebody that's just like, I love when people hate stuff.
Bring it on.
Okay. I mean, that's great.
Post it back up again.
That's just not who I am.
Everybody's different.
Yeah. So, that being said, this is proof. It's science that maybe a digital detox would be good for you. So maybe this weekend you plan to take a break. I have a tendency to try to take a break on Saturdays to use my phone as little as possible on Saturdays because I just need a break.
Or I think a balanced approach would be if you have particular sides of social media or sides to your phone that are more worrisome, you just take a break from those. But it doesn't mean you have to, put it away for the whole weekend.
Well, this coming from a multimedia guru who, in fact, runs a social media empire out of her house.
But see, I don't have a problem with it. It doesn't bother me.
Well, there you go.
So everybody's different.
See, Nikki, that's why I have to go on vacation a lot. But you can just keep working.
Can we all just agree that after hearing all this, we just all want a vacation?
Yeah.
Take away our phone if you want, but give us a vacation.
Using advanced technology, we've digitized and transcoded Obadiah and Nikki into a purely digital format. This is the Worst of the Riot podcast.
Okay, Nikki, talk to me about shoes.
What about it?
I'm going to get some new running shoes. What color do you think I should get? I have bought straight. Okay, actually, I would say I bought all black running shoes, but I always go to the outlet and buy my running shoes, and whatever they have, and as cheap as I can get them, that's what I buy.
Sure.
In fact, there's the outlet, and then you might not know this, but on the back wall is where the outlet clearance is.
They're practically gone at that point.
Let me tell you what. I bought a pair of Nike whatever running shoes, outlet, back wall, $10.
And you like
They're
them?
normally like 120. I wore them for like a year and a half. I put 500 miles on those shoes.
So are you going back to an outlet place or are you just looking online?
Nikki, somebody gave me a gift card. Someone is literally buying me a pair of shoes. And so I do not, this is crazy. I'm going to a retail store.
No.
And I'm going in
model?
and buying this year's shoe.
Oh my gosh.
Who has ever heard of it?
Or maybe you could go and buy like 2 of last year's models.
Don't think I haven't thought about it.
Depending on the deal that you find.
Don't think I haven't thought about it. I did something for somebody that gave me a gift card. It was very kind of them because I was not expecting it.
So you're doing Nike?
Yeah, probably. I mean, and can I just say as a side note, this time they gave me a gift card to like a shoe place, like a sporting goods place. If they had given me like an Amazon gift card, I would have spent that on like the new Avengers movie, where it would have sat on a shelf and not be watched.
But now I can actually use this.
Now I'm going to use shoes, which I'll use almost every day.
But even though you could always buy shoes on Amazon too.
Now that's true. But I'm just saying.
Well, it's fun. You can shop around and see what you like.
So I was also wondering, do you want to go shoe shopping with me? I thought we could have like a girls' day. Okay. We'll go to the mall and like hit the food court and like go around and stuff and then do some shoe shopping together.
Absolutely.
Okay.
I could use a new pair.
And besides, I'd kind of like to get a pedicure before I go and try on a bunch of shoes.
You want to make sure that your feet look good.
What if somebody sees my feet while I'm out there? Do you know what I mean?
We're not going to do this.
Why
but
not?
I can help you shop online if you want.
I get the feeling that you don't want to hang out with me after work. Because
not when you describe that's the day you planned for us. Is that really the day, or are you teasing?
Okay. I say, let's go to the movies together or whatever. And Nikki's like, I'll catch up with you.
We go to the movies every so often.
Like, Nikki, do you want to come over and we can watch a movie together? You know what? You go ahead and watch it, and maybe I'll make it. Nikki, I can come over to your house and we can hang out. I have a lot of animals you're allergic to, so you probably shouldn't come over. Hey, Nikki, let's go get our nails done and go shoe shopping. I'm washing my hair today.
Didn't say that. I did not say that.
I believe it was strongly hinted at.
Is it?
So I keep trying to craft these days that would be good, team building exercises.
That's what I thought.
Okay? And the only way I can get you to do anything with me is if I promise you food that's paid for in an expense account and I drive.
No, it's for the movie side.
And the camera's rolling, so it's for the show.
For the movie side of things, it tends to be because you want to trap me to watching some old movie that you think I need to watch. That's normally set in space. That's the noise you're making?
Yeah.
And I don't want to. I don't want to watch that movie. I have very short amount of time, and I don't want to fill it up with that.
Okay. All right. Let me try again. You ready? Nikki, do you want to come over to my house for some Korean barbecue? We'll watch Pride and Prejudice, and it'll be like a spa day. We can do each other's nails, stuff like that.
Absolutely.
And then we go shoe shopping after we get all dolled up.
We can do that. I don't mind that. That sounds like a great day.
I mean, hey, I spent a lot of years in my mom's beauty shop.
You know how
ready.
to do it.
Listen, there's nothing. It's very masculine to have a pedicure because you want people to. Wait, what if they see your feet?
So now, wait. Are you going to buy them online? Or are you really going to go look at shoes?
I actually am going to go to the store. Because
you need to try those on.
Oh, yes. You want to make sure with running shoes, like you really need to make sure you get the right fit. Because otherwise, you're getting blisters and you just throw a bunch of money away.
You can't get it back.
And you cannot get it back.
There is no returns on that one.
It's fine, though. I'll just go alone like I do everything else. I enjoy it. I like being by myself. It's fun.
Well, every time I am with you, you tend to...
Be myself.
Be embarrassing.
Oh, okay. I like myself even better now.
You yell a lot.
Thank you.
Draw attention to us. You like to bug me.
You're listening to The Riot. Let's all work together today to live life with the patience of a Nikki dealing with an Obadiah.
Gotta hang in there and get through it.
You're listening to The Riot.
One of the first rules of Bear Fight Club is...
Don't let people know that you have a bear fight club.
You don't talk about Bear Fight Club.
But it's a cute video.
Is it cute, Nikki?
Well, it's cute because to me,
these two bears are savaging each other, and you think it's cute?
You know what I honed in on? I was like, oh, don't hit the pool in the back because there's a pool in there. I was like, no, don't hurt the pool.
So there's this video of these two bears fighting in New Jersey, and my first thought was, they're fighting over that pool.
They are.
That's what they're fighting over. One of them wants to get in the pool, and the other one's like, that's my pool, get out of here.
You can't be in here.
Yep.
Because I see a lot of viral videos of like, it's hot out, and the bears are in the pool, and they're just enjoying the water. But for this, they're really fighting.
Oh, no, like they're really having it out, Nikki. But you know what? It just goes to show you that, humans are mean to each other, but it's all across the animal kingdom, too.
Bears can be mean to each other, too.
It's a have and have not. That bear's just like, you're the 1%. The other bear's like, I worked hard to steal this pool. I don't have to share it with you.
It's my pool.
And then there's a third bear out there that's like, Bernie for president. I don't know. But
Maybe it's just bears fighting.
Just bears fighting?
Yeah, it could be it.
That's something that happens? Did bears fight a lot?
Don't know. I mean, maybe we need to... I could transition into perhaps being more of a
bear counselor?
A bear counselor, yeah.
So, you know what? You're just out there when bears start fighting. You're just there
hey,
okay.
Wait a minute, guys. Let's slow it down.
Okay. We're going to talk about our feelings, but we're not going to use you words. And here, each one of you take a conflict card, okay?
Take a talking stick.
Now, Ralph, when you saw Bill getting into your pool, what number were you feeling? You were feeling a 5. Now, Bill, when Ralph yelled at you, what number were you feeling? Oh, he's only feeling a 2. Okay. See, and it's that difference in our conflict levels that is, causing part of the problem.
I want them to feel that they know that both bears are important and both feelings are important. Yeah. And I could totally do this.
Yeah. And, maybe we could get in a thing where it's like, Bill, the pool is yours on Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays. And every other weekend.
Or I come out yelling and say, all right, fine, no one gets the pool. And I just, it's one of those above ground ones.
The wisdom of Solomon.
That's right. You just slash it and just let the water all come out and they just got to learn their lesson.
That's right. And
no one has it.
And only the bear that says, no, I would rather the pool be intact than that. Give it to him.
I'm not saying split the pool. I am saying no one, period, gets it. It's gone.
What about the owners of the home that paid for the pool?
No, it's not theirs anymore. It's the bears.
It's a bear pool.
Yeah, they took over it.
That's right. Eminent domain. Bears get what they want.
So if you've seen the video, that's the one from the last couple of days. It's the bears, like they're boxing. They're fighting.
Mm-hmm. Well, you know what? It's tough out there, Nikki. It's a bear eat bear world.
Or a bear fighting over the bear pool.
Oh, yeah. Sometimes as a bear, you got to know when to hold them.
Twice in the morning, right?
You got to know when to fold them. You got to know when to run.
The worst of the riot is over, but the fun can keep going.
Hey, I saw you checking out my goods.
Check the Riot blog or stalk us on social media.
You want to sample them? A little try before you buy, huh?
Through riot.radiou.com.
It's not a religion. I don't know what it is.
It's just football.